Hey everyone, welcome back to my Flosstube channel, Quaint Rose Needle Arts. My name is Macy and I designed some cross stitch. So I have some new things to show you today. It's already the end of May, so yeah, I don't know what keeps happening to the time, but I have 6 new designs that I haven't shown in a video yet. Yeah, I haven't, so I wanted to get this done today. Hopefully not too rushed because we are heading to Texas in a few hours for my sister-in-law's wedding, so I've been very busy, so I guess I'll go ahead and get started and show you the ones that came out first, and then I had a second release which haven't actually been uploaded to my Etsy site, and they're just now being shipped out to shops. So they're new. Okay, what do I have? I'm just gonna grab this little guy first because he's right here. So this is Rise and Shine. So this is just a quick little pillow finish, and this top part is based off of an old antique that I have, and I'll show you. But I just wanted to use him because he's such a colorful, fun little rooster, and I wanted to make him into something. So there's a little rooster charm on a safety pin. It's 28 count, natural, and it's really hard to see. This is the 28 count gingham that Weeks Dye Works has, and you can barely see that. I don't even know if you can see it in the camera. I think it's really getting blown out that the red fabric is the gingham, Aztec red gingham fabric, but it wasn't as noticeable as I wanted, but I used it anyway just because I bought it, so why not? But it's all DMC, and it's a super fast, cute finish. Here is the little little rooster guy, and glare. Okay, he is brightly colored. He doesn't look super bright in that, but he's just in this old little cute little frame, and I've had him for a while and I've always wanted to do something with him, so here he is. A little pillow. So there's that one. Then I have the Dutch bird. Sorry, there's shadows. It's stormy outside, so it's really dark. Usually there's light coming through the window, but not today. Wow. So here is Dutch bird. This is another quick birdie stitch. I don't know how to get the shadow off of him. It's on 36 count G. I don't know. I can't remember. I know I'm gonna be all flustered or not remember things because I'm rushing around trying to finish last minute packing and finishing orders. I don't know, it's on the pattern. I think it's a needle and flat. No, it's antique lace, that's what it is. It's 36 count antique lace by Seraphim. And it's all DMC. The close-up is really putting a shadow on there. I guess it's the frame, I don't know. And I'll show you the antique. Here's the antique. It's a big wool thing, but it's really pretty. And the back of it is, I charted from the front because the back is really bright, and I think yeah, I thought yellow is kind of offensive, so I used the front yellows. Much lighter buttery colored yellows. So there's Dutch Bird, 1919. The anno part, which basically just means stitched in the year of, or in the year of 1919. It's in the chart, but I didn't put it on my model, just because, but it is charted. I don't know where to set this down at. Okay. And then, I hope I'm remembering to say everything I want to about these, but I've got a lot of things to do. Okay, this one is Teresa Real, and I love this one. I think this one's my favorite. I love a red sampler. I love the fabric and the silk. It's Gloriana Schoolhouse Red on a 36 count Brea by Needle and Flax, I believe. That is 36 count, I'm pretty sure it is. That's usually what I use. And yeah, it's just a quick, fun red sampler. Teresa Real 1898. Yeah. Beautiful fabric. I love this fabric for a red sampler. Sorry about the shadows. And it's fun. And I have the antique for it right over here. And it's also a bit big, and it has glass, so it's gonna reflect things. But here's the antique for it. I think I've shown it in a video before. So yeah, there's the antique for Teresa Real, and I think it turned out a really pretty reproduction. Now I can't possibly remember the stitch counts for these, but none of them are huge this time. None of my samplers are huge, so I have them written down, but I just didn't get all that out right now. Okay, and so the last one that came out in this groupings is something I'm going to explain because it's part of a sampler and part of a big sampler, and I'm going to release another part of this same sampler at the Needlework Marketplace. So I'll try to show you the big sampler. It's massive, in a massive frame, and I'll try to show you. But this is Anne Hughes, the wood-filled house. So Anne Hughes stitched a big sampler, and this is the wood-filled house. I'm really sorry about the shadows that are happening. Usually that doesn't happen, but this is 36 count chestnut by Style Works, and it's a mixture of classic color works and gentle arts, and this pot is a cartage garden threads, which turned out to be almost like the perfect variegation, and I'll show you the antique so you can see, which I was super happy with. So, and the second part to this will also use the same colors. So if you wanted to stitch both parts, you could have the colors for two little samplers. And I haven't decided whether or not I will release the entire pattern of the entire reproduction because it's big and I don't have time to stitch it. And I like to have a model stitch, so if I did release it as a pattern, it would have to be like the antique on the cover and not have a model, which I know some people do. But this is Anne Hughes, 1852, the wood-filled house. And, sorry, my nose itches. I tried to look up the wood-filled house. There's not a lot of information on it, but of course it seems to be part of a school, and that's really all I could find. There's really nothing, I don't know where everybody finds all this crazy information on the girls and stuff. I don't pay for any of those ancestry or anything like that, so I don't know. I really like stitching this one. This one was really fun. This house is pretty flowers, pretty birds, fun little motifs. So it's actually really quick. You can see it's not big. So yeah, there's that one. And let me try to show you the antique. I don't know how it's gonna turn out today, especially with the lighting. And it's got glass and it's massive. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work out. Okay, so the top part, oh wow, you can see my horrible mess in my office. Ooh. This is probably about as good as I'm gonna be able to hold it. There's the top part, or the part I just showed you, the middle there with the house. And see, the pots are really good variegation match. It's got some darker red in it, but it's really good. And so this bottom part, the Adam and Eve portion, is what I'm going to chart next for the needlework marketplace. And so it'll be another small sampler. And I'm thinking about making it into a drum, but I'm not sure yet. So there's the whole thing, and it's really big. So yeah, I love the bright, wow, the bright blue, like, Greek looking border around it, but I don't know. I don't know if I like it enough to chart the entire thing and have it as a pattern, because that is huge. But if anyone is interested and would rather have the whole thing, even though I didn't show it very well because it's heavy, and I'm out of breath now, and the glare with the glass is bad, but if people would actually, I mean, it just seems like anytime I do a big sampler, not very many people are interested in it. So that's why I decided to just do the parts that I really wanted to stitch and make them into separate patterns, so that maybe more people would have more options on what they would like, and I wouldn't end up with this humongous reproduction that nobody wants to buy. So there's that one. Okay, and so then I had two patriotic designs that are new. And so this is called the Pinwheel Urn. And I have the whole like seasonal series now. I have like a fall pumpkin, even though it's kind of more Halloween because it says like 31 on it. And it says October, so it's more like Halloween, but I have like a Halloween fallish, I have Christmas, spring, and now summer. And I have one more planned that is for, because I'm sure, I mean, you're probably tired of seeing the urn thing, but it's cute and fun. And I wanted to finish out the seasons in case anyone was stitching it for the seasons, but I have one more idea for needlework marketplace that is not seasonal, it's stitching related. So there's that. I tried to make like pinwheels, you know, that blow in the wind. There's a fun little flag, squiggly flag, and it says summer. It's stitched on 32 count vintage smoky white and the 32 count pivot point, the blue and the blue with a white dot by Zweigart. And so these are like super, like, they're pretty big. It's big for a pillow, I guess. I don't know, not really as big as my head, but they stitch up really fast because there's a lot of empty space, even though it kind of sprawls out across the pillow. There's a lot of like extra, oh, I can't think of words. There's a lot of space, so these stitch really quick. Like I can stitch this in 2 days pretty quickly. And it's really not hard to join the fabrics. It's really quick, especially on a bigger count like 32 and on lighter color fabric. And I just sewed on some rickrack from Hobby Lobby and put some little button and charms on and called it good, and I think it turned out really cute. It's stitched with Classic Colorworks and 1DMC, but of course you can stitch in DMC. It's only 4 colors, or 5 colors with the white, but so I had that one. And then this one, oh, don't fall. This one, did I just shove that in the frame? I think I did, oops. Is Grace on Thee. So this one is really hard to take a picture of because the house is light and the bottom is dark, and so for whatever reason it's really hard to get a good picture of this one. But this one was really fun, and so this one came about, it started out as a reproduction, and I'll show you the original sampler. It's just an old, I like buying the old really faded out like ratty ones, and it started out as that, but I really was not enjoying, well here I'll show you the back. It's not full, it's just laced on here, but see, there's where I started, and said heck with that. This is just, I wasn't enjoying it, I wasn't having fun, so I decided to change it. So the only thing that is the same from the original is the house and the trees and these 2 pots. The color of the house is the same basically, and the trees. Of course I added the flag, but I added everything else. I used part of the alphabet for the words up here. It says God shed his grace on thee, and then everything else I just made up on here. So I really had fun. I decided to fill in the stars down here with the brown black color because I just felt like it needed something striking, you know, just to kind of ground it. And I had a lot of fun doing that, and actually didn't take that long because it's not that much fill-in with all of these big stars on the bottom. But you could also not fill it in and you could just stitch the stars, or you could not stitch any of that. But this is Grace on Thee. It's on 36 count Steinbeck by Needle and Flax. And this one is stitched with a Vera Soie d'Alger. Yeah, and the red, I don't know if you can see in the video, the red is variegated. It's Tulip by Belle Soie, Classic Colorworks Belle Soie, and it is a beautiful color. I love that red. And this is just actually really fun stitch, even though I don't do a whole lot of patriotic. I really love it. So this is the last of my new things. And of course you can just stitch it in DMC. It's like 8 colors. I'll show you what it started out as, and this is what it's ended up as. Okay, so here's the old. Sure, it's so faded that I'm trying to see which way is the right way. It's really see-through, so we'll see here. So you can see there's the alphabet. There's like a really ghosty alphabet, which is the one that I used for the God Shed His Grace on Thee. You can't really see it very well. Here's the house. So the house is a light kind of color with the yellow windows. I did darken it a bit, of course, because you just wouldn't be able to see it. Excuse me. You just wouldn't be able to see it otherwise. So I did darken the house. You could barely see it. You can sort of see the trees. And yeah, I did change the colors of the flower pots too. I forgot about that. And I changed the color of the flowers to make them, you know, more festive. But there's a blue door on the house. You can see it's stitched in silk. You can kind of see the shininess, but it's so faded. And it was so hard to see to chart this. Like, you can see like the bricks and stuff on the bottom here, it's on this, like, you just can't really see it. It's so faded. Right there you might be able to see a little bit. And it's got the little staircase. But yeah, so that's the only part I used from this sampler, is the house part and the trees. And this one is by Lydia Davis, aged 8 years, 1831. And so I just wasn't feeling it, so I changed it into something completely different, which I ended up having a lot more fun stitching in the end. But I do like buying these samplers that you can't really see anymore, and or are practically destroyed with holes, or that were never finished, and finishing them. So I have one that wasn't finished and I finished, which was Sweet to the Soul. But yeah, those are my new things, and I'm sorry if that was incredibly rushed. I hope it wasn't too bad. Try not to talk too terribly fast, but sorry. I'll show you some of the things I've been mostly working on, all of that stuff, and getting stuff ready for the Needlework Marketplace that is at the end of August, I think. I need to look and make sure for the dates on that, but I'll be having a baby then, but I still want to do it, so we'll figure that out. But I'll show you, I only have 2 widths. Is that true? Maybe true. So I've worked on this one because we've been on 2 camping trips. So I brought, and I usually would not bring a sampler of this magnitude on a camping trip, but I was to some fill-in parts, so I decided to bring it because it would be easy. So this is Miss Mary Unborn by Hands Across the Sea. And I've actually gotten quite a bit of work on it. Let me take it out of the heat stop real quick, because part of it that I did is covered up, so I want to show you. Hang on, gotta unclip all of this stuff. So the fill-in is really easy to do camping, thankfully. Okay, so I've gotten actually a lot done since I've shown it to you last. So last I showed it, I only had the bird. This started, I had part of the border, I added the 2 flowers, but I had the whole border is all the way around one round. It's a 3-layer border. But I have had the whole border done 1 round, but I had part of the bird done the last I showed it. So I've got this basket, this tree. This is one of the things that I filled in on one of the camping trips because it was shorter, which is this bowl. It's not completely done. I have to do the rest of the back stitching like that on the other fruits, I guess they are. I outlined that, but I didn't get to it on the camping trip. But I've been working on the beehive, the bee's cap, which is obviously my favorite part of this sampler. Sorry. Oh, I can't hold on to things today. Okay. So I've just been filling this in, and I love it, and it's beautiful. It's just my favorite kind of stitching. I just love like that kind of confetti stitching, and the way these girls used to stitch things like this. It's just so pretty. And it's all DMC, the called for DMC. It's on 40 Count Latte by XU Designs, and I love it. And I'm gonna bring it with me to Texas in case I need some more fill-in stitching, because I still have a bunch. Still a bunch of just, you know, like really easy fill-in that I can do. So I worked on that quite a bit. and it's so much fun. And then I feel like there's something else, but maybe there's not. This was a new start, and I don't think, and a new haul item. I don't think I've shown this. I think it's been that long since I had a video last. I don't even know how long it's been. But this is a present for a friend, which is a Hobby House Needleworks. Yeah, a limited edition sampler for Hobby House Needleworks. And of course, I really like this one. It's a really, I just think it's so fun. It's just a lot. It looks like a lot going on, but it's only 3 colors. So the reason I bought this was for the last trip we took to Texas at Easter time. I got it because it was 3 colors on like a light color fabric, and it would be like easy to see. And I just wanted to start something new, so it was between this and a red sampler, and I started stitching on this, and it's super fun. I got the kit. Wow, let me take it out of the Q-snap too. Wow, I'm just not prepared. I just had to, I wasn't going to make a video, but I was like, if I don't do it now and show my new things, I never will, so sorry for not being prepared. I just got the kit, and I got the 36 count Platinum Zweigart and the Soie d'Alger Silk kit. And this is what I've done. So I have worked on this since our trip last and Easter. I've worked on it yesterday. And it's super fun. I love the silk. And all the little motifs. They're all so much fun. And of course, like any sampler with a ton of motifs. It's raining and thundering. I don't know if you can hear that, but it is nice. I love thunder. But it's so fun to finish motifs. And this girl, I guess it is, it's funny. She looks like she has pom-poms. I don't know if they had pom-poms in 1864, maybe so. I probably won't put, it says a present for a friend on it. I probably won't put that. I'll put nothing or something else, because I'm not giving it to anyone. I'm keeping it. And then I started this last night, to work on while I'm gone. I'm not really planning on doing much because I'm pregnant and just don't feel like doing much. So hopefully I'll get a lot of stitching time in. Hopefully, choking. Hopefully some swimming time. But this is a new pattern I'm working on for the Needlework Marketplace, and I'm just going to show it to you because there's not really much to show. And what's completely see-through. This color, I know, is hopefully not too offensive. Believe it or not, this is a bird that stitched with purple. And I decided to go ahead and stitch it on purple. Even though I'm like, I don't know how people are going to feel about this. But when I saw the antique with the purple background, I loved it. So the colors are very fun, a little bit brighter than the other birds that I have. And of course the other birds I have are not on purple, but of course no one has to stitch on purple fabric. This is 36 count. It's a fox and rabbit. I have no idea what that says. It's one of their T-boo. I don't know what that says, but yeah, I don't know what that means. It must be something. I don't know. But yeah, so I started this, and it's gonna be, I'm excited to see how it turns out. I hope it turns out all right. So that's all the things that I've been working on. Of course, all of these models, I stitched all of those And then, yeah, so that's a lot of part of my works in progress is that stuff. I've only gotten a few new things, just from, I mean, these are things that I wanted, but just from watching Flosstubes. Now this one, I didn't know this was still available. I've wanted it. This is Florence Mary Dickinson, but I saw that Brenda and Laura said that Hobby House still had it, and so I went and looked, and sure enough they did. So I ordered it, and I'm so excited to have it. Of course I can't wait to stitch that one. And I'm not sure if Hobby House still has it, but they may, so you can look and see it. It was another one of those limited edition, like, special samplers that Hands Across the Sea does. I really need to try to always buy those because I always love them, but I'm always like, oh, but I'm not going to stitch it right now, which doesn't mean I can't buy it, I guess. And then this one I wanted forever, and I bought it at the same time as that one because I didn't want to just buy one pattern. And it's the Rachel Howells by the Scarlet House. I love that one. It's so hard not to just start all of these things. So I went ahead and got it. And then this one I've seen a lot of people stitching, and it's just beautiful. Jane Atkinson? Yeah, by the Scarlet Letter. And so I just love the flowers, the flower border. I just love flower borders, so I went ahead and picked that up just to have. And then from the Fat Quarter Shop, since I'm having a baby, I want to try to make her a quilt. I've made a few like baby-sized quilts, but nothing like this. This is the quilt kit I got. The only thing I've made is like the strippy kind, like strips of fabric. I've made a lot of things with a sewing machine, so I'm hopeful I can figure it out, but we'll see. I might try something a little more simple before I dive into this. I haven't even opened it because it kind of scared me. I saw the picture, I was like, oh man, that's scary, but it's really pretty and sweet. For the baby, which I'll give you a little baby update in a minute. So I got that from the Fat Quarter Shop, and this zipper pouch because it's super cute and it's like vinyl, and so it won't get cat hair all over it, which I like, and it is really inexpensive and it's a good size. It's quite large. This has got a little Halloween design in it that maybe I'll get to work on this week too. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I guess that is really all I have to show. So yeah, so I will give you a little baby update real fast. We found out that we are having another little girl. So we will have 3 girls now and 1 boy. We're gonna name her Ivy Hope. And yeah, we're all super excited to meet her at the beginning of September, hopefully. And yeah, so I guess that's really all I have to show today. I just wanted to get I just wanted to be able to show you those new releases as far as the new patriotic designs, the PDFs. I plan to upload into my Etsy shop hopefully sometime this weekend if I have time. Like, I'm going to a wedding. I'm gonna make the wedding cake since my mom and I used to decorate cakes before I moved to Arkansas. So we're gonna be making her wedding cake, and then the kids and I are going to stay in Texas for a week and visit with our families. So it'll be a good time, and hopefully we'll get a lot of stitching done and chilling. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for commenting. Oh, one more thing I wanted to say about these on the wall. I've had several comments on that about, like, they are laced onto foam board, and we rent this house, so they're just on there with like the command Velcro-y strips. And so they're a lot lighter without a frame, and they actually stay on the wall. And actually, I really like them without a frame. I think they're really pretty. Maybe next video I'll have more time and I can do a close-up video of them so you can see what it looks like. But yeah, they are laced on foam board, and they're just on the wall with the command strips, the Velcro ones. And they stay. They've been up there for a while now and they haven't fallen down. So yeah, that's all, I guess. Thank you so much for watching and commenting and liking the video. And you can follow me on Instagram, where I occasionally post, but I definitely post if I have anything new coming out. And then my Etsy shop is Quaint Rose Needle Arts, and if you want hard copies of any of these new things, make sure you tell your favorite needlework store. I think I've decided that I'm not going to be carrying any of the new things going forward in hard copy, just because now shops can get my patterns from Hoffman, so maybe it's a little easier, unless people just notice that shops don't have hard copies and you want an easier way to get hard copies. Just let me know. I can add it to my shop. If it's really hard to find my hard copies, I don't know how hard it is, so if it's really hard for you to find them, I'll be happy to add them to the Etsy shop. But your stores can always order from me and distributors, so if you see something you want and you want it in hard copy, you can definitely get it. So yeah, I also forgot I wanted to mention that. Okay, so maybe now that's all, and I will go and finish cleaning and packing things. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.